Shire in Scotland. From Brewdog, we have James Watt and Martin Dickey. Welcome to the show, guys.
Biggest mission today is just to make other people passionate about great craft beers as we are.
And now, the three-time winner of the Pennsylvania Association of Broadcasters Excellence in Broadcasting Award, the recipient of 2 Pennsylvania Associated Press Broadcasters Association Awards for Excellence, promoting and advancing the craft and microbrew culture in Northeast PA. This is another edition of
The Friday Beer Buzz!
And the Friday Beer Buzz is powered by Sabatini's Pizza and Sabatini's Bottle Shop and Bar in Exeter. Did we have Bill on for the yell?
Yeah, Bill.
Oh, I didn't. But did we have him on for the yell? I didn't hear him.
No, I'm sorry.
You can yell it now, Bill.
It's the Friday Beer Buzz.
Yay! Sabatini's the area's greatest selection of rare, crafted, imported beers, growlers and crawlers, and 37 rotating drafts at Sabatini's Pizza and Sabatini's Bottle Shop and Bar, Wyoming Avenue. In Exeter, we have Lindo Sabatini, as always. Hi, Lindo.
Good morning.
Good morning. And we've got Bill from My Beer Buzz. Albeit a little late, we still got to, I didn't get to hear you like 2 seconds behind us, so
That's
I knew
my
something was
bad,
up.
Bill.
That's all right, Brian.
I know. Happy Friday. I don't, I can tell because when you switch me over to where I'm on the air, I've said this before, it sounds like I'm on 1957 Sputnik.
I know. So I'm sorry. But anyway, it's all good. We're all here, so good morning.
We've made it. And from a programming note, we should mention that next week traditionally is Black Friday, and we are not on the air for Black Friday.
Yes, we are off, everybody. It's a holiday now, Black Friday, for many people and for us as well. So here we go. It's before Thanksgiving.
It is, yeah. And you can go play the home version if you want on Friday next week. That's fine. It's probably a perfect day to do it. But we have a little beer news. Our first tidbit of beer news comes out of Sierra Nevada Brewing Company out in California, Chico, California, and Mills River, North Carolina. They are producing a beer called Summer Break IPA, and it will be a hazy session IPA that hits 4.6% ABV. That's going to hit 12-ounce cans, and based on our weather, who knows in California, but based on our weather, I would say we're not going to see that beer until summer 2022. Avery Brewing out of Colorado has a beer called White Rascal. It's a Belgian wit beer, one of my favorites, a really easy drinking summer beer, warm weather beer. They're coming out with something even lighter called Little Rascal. And this variant will be a lemon session Belgian style wit ale. And it has 100 calories and it hits 4.5% ABV. Very, very sessionable beer. And the next piece is one of those that makes you say, what are people thinking? Bush Beer is collaborating with David's Bridal, and they're going to create a camouflage wedding dress and matching bow tie. And it's based on I guess they have a sportsman package can that is all camo, and they're going to base this wedding dress on that can design. And their slogan for this thing is, the only thing they will be able to see is your love. Now, what they will see is that if you buy the bow tie is $14.95, but if you buy the dress is $800.
Wow.
So I don't know, Nancy, do you want to go, renew your vows? Is that something that you guys would be after?
Yeah, why not? Sounds fun. Anything with camo.
And our last little tidbit, and this is something Linda and I have talked about, and it's kind of the sad side of craft brewing, is closing. We've seen over just, the last 3 months, 4 months, Schmaltz is closing, Deschutes is closing the Roanoke facility, Stone is closing their Napa facility, Due South is closing, Catawba is sold out to someone else, Bell's Brewery now has sold out to Kieran and that large little hand conglomerate with the Belgian Brewery. So we're seeing this. And Lindo and I talked, it is sort of our prediction that it's getting worse and going to get worse. As a quantifier here, in 2020, there were 8,844 small and craft breweries, and there are currently 8,764. So we've lost over 80 of them already just in the last year. And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer amazing Kreskin here, but we agree we're going to see, sadly, more and more breweries that because of COVID and because of maybe not the greatest business plan in the world, or people are afraid to go out, are going to go out of business. So stay tuned. We'll follow that one along on mybeerbuzz.com. And as always, you can check out the breaking news tab there and see some of these news stories.
Get your news stories. Now, I have to tell you, this beer that we have right now, I haven't even had to put it up to my nose. The aroma is just, wow.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about this,
Yeah.
Brian? Smell it. I mean, this is so fruity smelling.
Yeah.
So Bill says, Linda, let's come up with a good beer for Thanksgiving. So
But yet the taste is not really sweet, but the smell is really weird.
I go to the shelf. I'm trying to figure out what's good for Thanksgiving. What's good for Thanksgiving. There's no beers with turkey or stuffing or
Right.
gravy.
Not yet.
Come on, I thought there was at one time.
Well, they've come around, but this one is done with cranberries, and it's orange, and it's a fall beer, and I figured it was pretty good and that it would go well, and I tried it, and I'm thinking, all right, this is one we should talk about.
Yeah.
And Bill said, we're going to do Genesee.
Done.
Not the Genesee I remember having.
And I'm like, listen, that could be part of the conversation is, when you want to try different beers, you can try, like, open your mind a little bit and don't think that we're going to be popping open a Jenny Light or a Jenny Ice right here. But this is...
Cream ale.
Or cream ale. This is Genesee Cranberry Orange Kellerbier.
Wow, that's good.
And what's weird to me is that and we can get into more about the beer, but the smell of it, I was thinking that when I tasted it, it would be really, really sweet, but it really isn't.
Yeah, it's pretty
No,
good.
it's a Kellerbier. It's a classic, historical, German-style golden lager. And these have been around for quite a while, as has Genesee Brewing Company. Like you mentioned, when we say Genesee, we think Jenny Cream Ale, Jenny Light, Liebeschaner, J.W. Dundee's Honey Brown. They do a lot of beers like those, but they also do some of these really, I think, unique, and they're mostly lagers. They've done a Schwarzbier, they've done Ruby Red Kolsch, they've done a dry hops cream ale, they've done Oktoberfest beer, they've done a Springbrook, they've done all sorts of great stuff. And this one is a Kellerbier, and that's not a style that most people are familiar with. But Genesee has that historical root. This beer itself goes back to the Middle Ages, but Genesee goes back to 1878 in Rochester, New York. It was purchased by Matthias Kondorf, and he purchased an existing brewery, and it is now currently owned by what they call Cisco, or what used to be North American Breweries, and it is a sister brewery to Pyramid, American Labatt, and Magic Hat. So it's quite a large brewing operation, and they're pushing these kind of beers. So I think this is really a good one. And yeah, I would agree, Linda. There's no stuffing beer, but this comes close, right? Very
I mean, it's really nice. It's light. It's refreshing. I mean, I think you can really, whether Thanksgiving dinner or not, you can have this outside if you're raking leaves or whatever. It's a nice, easy, refreshing beer. Now, a regular Keller beer, or it's otherwise known as a Zwickel beer, is a German style that you really don't see a lot. It's typically an unfiltered beer, so you might see a little bit of a hazy color to it. Keller beer translates into cellar beer because it's something that's been cellared. Not normally to see cranberry and orange flavoring in it, but it's nice, and I think they did a pretty good job.
I think refreshing is a great word for it.
Yeah,
What do you think, Brian?
I think so as well. It's a different little taste of the cranberry and the orange combined.
And for a 12-pack at right under $10,
Wow.
it's like
That's affordable.
it's a really nice, easy budget craft beer.
Yeah, the beer hits 4.5% ABV. Genesee has the High Falls Brewery, or the Genesee Brew House. So they have dipped their toe into that, the craft beer arena. And as Linda said, it translates loosely to cellar beer. And historically, they used to serve these beers directly from the cellar. So they would come right off the lagering tank and right out of the draft dispensation. And they do a lot of lagers, and this one is no different. But they survived through a lot of things. If you go back to 1878, it means they survived Prohibition in 1990. And so what they did is they converted the brewery into a bakery, and it was actually called Whaley Baking Company. And then right at the end of Prohibition, they saw the end coming, and they sold the bakery for, believe it or not, at the time, and you're talking like 1929 here, they sold the bakery for $1.3 million. They took that money and they invested it into the brewing company moving forward.
Pretty sweet.
I want to touch on one more thing, since we're talking about the Genesee specialty beers. One that Bill mentioned was the dry hopped cream ale.
Right.
So the regular cream ale, nice, easy drinking beer. But then they went ahead and they did a collaboration with a brewery called Other Half in Brooklyn, which is a super sought after craft geeky beer. And they dry hopped the cream ale. So the dry hopped cream ale we have in stock right now too is another one that you're just talking about. Oh, what's good? What should we try in the store? And I point people to Jenny cream ale, dry hopped cream ale, and they look at me like, you know, I'm from Mars. And I said, listen, you just got to try it. Another one is super beautiful beer, slightly, it's a little hoppy, but really, really nice, good drinking. And again, at $10 a 12 pack, you just can't beat these beers.
Yeah.
Very
Affordable.
tasty.
And they are, as we roll into the holiday season, they are famous in Rochester, New York. They do a 2-story tall Christmas tree, fully lit, made out of beer cakes. So watch for that coming soon as well.
So this is, again, affordable, but it's the Genesee Specialty Cran Orange Kellerbier. Is that how we say it, like for cellar?
You got it.
Yep.
And you got, obviously, at Sabatini's all the holiday seasonal beers in stock as well.
You got it.
So come on down before the holidays. Don't wait till the last minute, right?
First Jenny I've had in 30 years.
And the official verdict is?
One thumb up.
One
One as opposed to how many?
Okay.
You get
One
a
out of one.
You get one thumb up, which is good for Brian. All right, so Bill, we'll talk to you then in a couple weeks.
Yep, see you in 2 weeks. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
everyone.
Thanksgiving, happy turkey. You too, Lindo, and
Thank you.
we will be back in a couple of weeks, okay, with the Friday Beer Buzz. Remember, go to mybeerbuzz.com for all the latest, even though Turkey Day and we're off next week, he'll have all the news for you. He does it every day. And that's the Friday Beer Buzz, powered by Sabatini's Pizza and Sabatini's Bottle Shop and Bar in Exeter. The area's greatest selection of rare craft and imported beers, growlers and crowlers, and 37 rotating drafts at Sabatini's Pizza and Sabatini's Bottle Shop and Bar, Wyoming Avenue in Exeter. The Friday Beer Buzz, bringing good beers and good people together.